So first off, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to me. I just hit like 600 subscribers 2 days ago, so that's pretty awesome. I never expected to get to that point. Also wanted to give a shout out to the Game Hunters. They just recently gave me a shout out, and I watch them all the time. They're awesome. So you definitely should check them out if you haven't already. Let's see. I do want to do a subscribers contest, so this is the stuff I'm going to give away. It's just a bunch of like loot crate stuff that I don't want anymore. So Tetris sticker set. I think that was Nerd Block. Oh well, whatever. Zelda wristband because I wore these back in high school and I don't wear them anymore. So Street Fighter headband. And this is a Dead Rising 3 pin. It's like a chainsaw. Might throw extra stuff in there too. I don't know. But to enter in the video, to enter in the contest, just hit the like button and subscribe and comment down below. Comment can be anything you want. Suggestion, maybe like what is your favorite video game villain, or who is your favorite video game villain? Mine would probably be Ganondorf. I don't know. Okay, but I'm going to do a GameCube Collection video. This actually is not too bad. There are a few games I'm missing. I'm not sure where they are. But my most expensive, my rarest game in my collection is in this collection. So here goes. Resident Evil 4. I'm not really into Resident Evil games all that much, but this is the one that I did play the most of, and I loved it. It was great. Highly recommended if you haven't played it for some reason, but I think most people have played it. So, Star Wars Rogue Leader. This looks awesome. I definitely need to give it a try. Haven't really played a lot of the Star Wars games for some reason. I'm not sure why, because I'm huge into Star Wars. I played a lot of like Shadow of the Empire, even though my dad used to hide it from me for some reason because it was rated T for teen. I wasn't able to play these things, but yeah. Star Wars Jedi Outcast. Looks almost kind of similar to Force Unleashed in a way, but I don't know. I don't know. It might be okay. I got it at Goodwill, so. Medal of Honor Rising Sun. The Medal of Honor games are actually pretty good from what I've played. I haven't played a lot of them, but just a little bit. I will say that the camera controls are a little awkward sometimes. I don't know which one it was. It may have been PlayStation 2 that I played it on. But they seem to be good games. I feel like war games, first-person shooters. First person? Yeah, first person. Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing, I got like day one. I actually was waiting for it for a long time, and I remember going to the stores because I think it got delayed several times, and I was like, well, it was supposed to release today, and they're like, no. So I had to wait, and I was upset. And it didn't really end up being what I thought it was going to be. I've also got the memory card somewhere. It's not in this case for some reason, but I've got it somewhere. But it's an awesome game. I love the Animal Crossing games. They're really cool. Your town always ends up being different than everybody else's, so that's what I like about it, is that nobody really has the same experience, and I like those kinds of games where they kind of like change it every time you play. Gives it a lot of replay value too, so I can't talk today for some reason. Madden 2004. There's a freebie. I have nothing to say. Metroid Prime. My sister is a lot into the Metroid games, but I think they're okay. I played a little bit of it, but it was just okay to me. Not that big into it. Super Mario Sunshine. This is my favorite Mario game. I know people like the original Marios and like the 2D side-scrolling ones, but I like the 3D ones like Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine. Those are the type of Mario games that I like, so I wish it would make a sequel to it, but highly doubtful. Need for Speed Underground 2. This is probably my favorite racing game. Just very customizable. It's very long. It's like a 20-hour game. It's because it's actually got a campaign in it. So besides Diddy Kong Racing, I think this is my favorite. Mary Kate and Ashley Sweet 16. I got this in a joke box from Video Games Monthly. Thanks, Video Games Monthly. It looks terrible. Street Racing Syndicate. Looks interesting. I haven't played it yet, though. Which is why I have started to play every single game I pick up when I pick it up, at least for like 10 to 15 minutes, just to kind of get a feel of it. That way I can tell maybe I will like it, maybe I won't. But the thing is that there are a lot of games that starting out, like Metal Gear Solid 3 and Shadow Warrior are good examples of that, where at first I thought that I was going to hate them. And then maybe like an hour or two in, like I'm like, whoa, this game's awesome. So I really can't tell. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This is a freebie. I think somebody like left it behind at work or something and we didn't take it in, so I was like, why not? Because it's scratched. I mean, it's not like scratched to the point where it may not play, but it's scratched to the point where we're not going to buy it because people are not going to buy it in that condition. Just don't want to take a chance. So, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Interesting because it's like a 1 to 4 player game. I haven't played it, but I'm really, really starting to get into Final Fantasy. I've got Final Fantasy 12 pre-ordered. It's the remastered edition on PS4. Comes out next week, I think, and I'm super pumped for it because I've only played through 10, and I've played through 10 and I've played through 15 completely, and I loved them. So I really need to play like 1 through 9, and then the ones in between 10 and 15. So even though 11 and 14 were online, so I guess those don't count. But Star Fox Assault. Haven't really played this. I haven't really played many of the Star Fox games except for Star Fox Adventures, which is actually one of my favorite games of all time. This is such a good game. The music, the environment, the characters, the boss fights. I love this game so much. It's like Star Fox meets Zelda, and it's great. I really wish they would do another one like this because I love this. I know some people are disappointed because they don't like Star Fox being on the ground. They don't like him not like flying, but I mean there are some flying segments in here, so it's not terrible. But I definitely think that's like one of the best games ever. Resident Evil 0. I rented this when I was a kid because I really, really wanted to play the Resident Evil games because everybody had talked about them, and it freaked me out, so I returned it. So at some point I will play through this again. Sonic Mega Collection. This one has Sonic 1 through 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I really like the Sonic games. Sonic Adventures, which I'm missing for some reason. I don't know where my copy is. Probably my sister has it. I bet you my sister has it. That and Super Smash Brothers aren't in my collection for some reason, so Um, I'm definitely, hopefully, Video Games Monthly will send them to me. But, yeah, I love Sonic. It's great. I actually used to play a lot of them on PC. There was like a Sonic educational game, too, that I used to play on the computer. I used to rent it from Schnook's video. And I don't know what it was, but I liked it for some reason. I don't know why. Mario Party 7. I actually did not play a Mario Party game up until like a month or two ago at my friend's house, and now like I really want to play through all of them. These are great. They're awesome, awesome party games because it's like board games, but it's Mario and it's a video game. So I don't know. I don't know. I just definitely know I need to play through these. I don't think this one required. No, it must have been. Maybe it was 8 that asked for a mic. I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna play this at some point. Beautiful Joe. I've heard a lot of good things about this game, but I really don't even know what it's about, to be honest. But it looks interesting. It's by Capcom. I'm not really a big Capcom fan. I'm weird. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I think this is the one I played a lot of, but I could be wrong. Namco Museum. This one has a variation of Pac-Man games, Galaga, Pole Position, and Dig Dug, and then also Miss Pac-Man too. So, pretty neat. I've never played Dig Dug, but I love Pac-Man and I love Galaga, so. I'm not a really big arcade person. I don't really enjoy, like, most arcade games, but I do love Pac-Man, I love Space Invaders, and I love Galaga, and that's about it. Luigi's Mansion. This is a wonderful game. Love this game so much. It was really short, though, but I hope that they make a sequel to this. That would be great. I know they had one that was on the 3DS, but I would like one on the Switch. That and Super Mario Sunshine and Star Fox Adventures, if they could all get sequels, that would be great. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. I've heard really good things about these Lord of the Rings games, not like the more recent ones, but the older ones. And I haven't played any of them except for Battle for Middle Earth 2, maybe? I don't know. But that was like an RTS game, which I like RTS games. A lot of people don't, but yeah, I'll definitely have to give this a try because I love Lord of the Rings. I'm not really a big fan of The Hobbit, but I do love Lord of the Rings. I'm just weird, I guess. I don't know. I feel like The Hobbit's a little too childish for my taste, and I know it's supposed to be, but even the book, it's just supposed to be that way. But I love Lord of the Rings. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I was very disappointed when this got announced. I remember looking at the Nintendo Power magazine several months before this was announced, I think, and they had a picture of Link, and everyone was like, oh my god, is that going to be the new Zelda game? And I think it ended up being Soul Calibur, or it was Super Smash Brothers. And when this got announced, and I'm like, what is this cel-shaded crap? I thought it was going to be terrible, but this ends up being, I think this is my second favorite Zelda game. I have not played enough of Breath of the Wild to really say much yet, so this and Ocarina of Time are my favorite. Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. Haven't played much of this either, but I do love Harry Potter. Army Men Sarge's War. I've played a little bit of it. The controls are kind of wacky, but it's interesting. Kind of reminds me of like Toy Story. Or Small Soldiers too. Tales of Symphonia. I think I used to get this mixed up with Skies of Arcadia all the time because it was Skies of Arcadia that I used to play a lot of. I would rent that and play a lot of it, and I loved it. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have a copy, and it's expensive as hell. But I really need to get into this Tales of games. I have this one and a couple of others, and I know I just recently got Vesperia on 360 and played a little bit of that, and it looked beautiful. I really need to play these. I'm really starting to get into RPGs or JRPGs, so I've always been into like action RPGs like Fallout, but yeah, I'll just definitely need to give that a try. I have one left. Last but not least, this is my most expensive game, my rarest game in my collection, and I don't see it in a lot of people's collections. I know a lot of people are probably thinking Fire Emblem or Skies of Arcadia or something else. No, this is actually, I think it's the third most expensive game on GameCube right now, and that is Cubivore. This is an Atlas title. It's very different. I think this is like right now it's about 150 complete. I've seen some like mint copies being sold, like have been sold for like 200. So it goes anywhere from like 150 to 200 on average on eBay. And it's actually a really great game. I really enjoy it. You start off as this little cube animal, and you eat other animals to become bigger and gain more abilities and all sorts of stuff, and you can actually even reproduce. It's weird. It's super weird. It's not like any other game I've played before, to be honest, and it's fun. So, I mean, if you ever see this for cheap, definitely pick it up. I got this like 2 or 3 years ago, actually. I think it's been like 3 years. I got it from my friend, and I got it for like 20 bucks because I had been looking for it because I rented this way back in the day, and I loved the game, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And I had no idea it was going to jump up in price in the past, like, it went from being like a $40 game to being like 150 in just a small amount of time. So, I don't know if it's just hard to come by, if they didn't make a lot of them, or what the deal is, but yeah. So this is my most expensive game in my collection. I know it's got water damage on the cover art here, but it is complete, and the manual's fine, and so is the disc, so. And look at that sticker. 10 bucks. See, when was that? 2012. So that just tells you. 5 years ago, it was $10. Anyway, that's all I've got for GameCube. Also, I've set up a P.O. box because it was suggested to me by several people, and I was like, okay, I guess why not? I'm not asking for anything. You really don't need to send me anything. I'm not trying to be like asking for like handouts or anything. But since people have asked me, I figured why not just like set one up. That way, if you want to, you can. But like I said, I don't need anything. But it's down in the description below. So, other than that, I think, yeah, the subscriber contest will probably be announced Thursday of next week. I'm going to shoot for Thursday. I can't give you any guarantees, but just be sure to comment down below anything. So, until next time, I will see you guys later.